Coach, on that third down call, did you consider chaining plays, trying to get the 5 yards at the end, towards the end of regulation?
On
the third and from the 40, with 50 seconds left, through the out route was incomplete. You had to punt.
Yeah.
Was there any conversation about trying to 4 downs in that situation?
Not a ton. I think that with the time and the ability to pin them deep, I think that Coach wanted to go for the third down and then punt it. We had I think you roll the dice there, don't get it, you're given pretty good field position with not a long way to go. So I think he felt like pinning them deep and stopping them there was the right thing to do.
You had a chance to go ahead, take at least a 2-possession lead before the fourth quarter, and Lee's last interception. How frustrating was that?
Yeah, we had a 7-man protection, and he got hit on the throw, and he's throwing it to JD for a completion, and the guy covering him is way inside and not close to covering him, and he gets hit, and ball flutters up in the air and picked. And right there, you either get a touchdown or a field goal. Like you said, it's a 2-possession game, so it's a big deal, big part of the drive. I thought we had been moving the ball, got down there pretty good, and felt really good about where we were at in the situation we were in, and then that happens. It's just it's very frustrating.
Why not just call like 3 straight runs and then kick a field goal?
Well, you're not really in field goal range yet. So, and the way that we had been running with the DN that slants, the safety that's filling, those runs were hard in the third quarter and early in the fourth. And I thought we had gotten down there with some pretty good plays. It's a safe play. It's a 7-man protection. And I don't think 3 runs would have got us into field goal range at that point.
With the way that Tanner played, with his interceptions, was it more him not reading things, or was it the protection?
One was the protection. One was I just did not see it very well. I think that safety really pushed under him. I thought you could see it better. I put him in a bad position on the first one. We were in the middle of the field. It's kind of tight windows to the boundary side, so that first one wasn't a good call for him. So there's a little bit of everything, whether it was the call or the read or the protection. So obviously in a game like that we couldn't afford the turnovers. That was something we had really talked about going into the game, is making sure we were clean on penalties and turnovers, and I don't think probably either one of them were a very good stat for us.
What was happening on the screen plays today? It seemed like a struggle to get those.
Yeah, we had penetration up the field and the tackle, and then the back ran into the tackle, and so they get, there's not a great separation between the line and the blockers, and it's not an easy throw because he's not open yet, and then on the other side, if we break down or don't protect long enough, we get sacked on it. So you got to have the ability to kind of get through clean. One of them we had a pass option on the other side that we hit. So the ones that we have double reads on were pretty good, but we got hung up in between the releasing lineman and the blocking back, or the receiving back, I should say.
What did you tell your guys after a tough loss like this?
To keep working and keep growing and trying to work to get better. What else do you say to that? You play a tough overtime game, and there's some good plays in the game, and there's some bad plays, and I don't think you can overreact after a game until you watch the film. I think you have to get all the information, make sure you're giving them the right information, good and bad. And so I don't think that any time after a game is the time where you overreact to anything. I think you got to keep coaching them and loving them up, but coaching them hard. I think that's just how we have to do it and have to keep working at it.
Did your play calling in overtime, was it kind of iffy since the team has struggled in the red zone?
I think we've had a hard time in the red zone for sure, and we took a shot on a post. The screen got sacked, and so now we're in a bad situation. Got part of it back, and then they're in a 3-rush prevent deal that we had a hard time getting the completion. So, you know, we have struggled down there for sure.
And that screen, it was a screen call on the sack then, and
Yep.
what, the back just got knocked down?
He got hung up on the release.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a screenplay.
Did Tanner? I think he had 37 or 38 attempts. Was that the plan, or was that more than what?
We actually ran a little bit better than I had thought we could early. I don't think our runs were as successful later on. I thought it was going to be hard. We thought that's been one of the better rush defenses we've faced. We said that last week, you know, on Monday going in, and I actually thought we did a pretty good job there for the most part. But as it got you know, tougher and tougher into the game, and the safeties played lower, and they had a lot of movement with the stunts and the linebacker pressures. I think that made it tougher. You know, I just think we were, when we needed that towards the end, we weren't as good, especially when we needed to put a drive together.
It felt like from your vantage point in the press box, what was their pass defense doing that seemed to kind of flummox Tanner?
Yeah, they had a couple of drop coverages where they only had 3-man rush, and so they had an extra buzz guy that goes underneath. You know, and that we've had some success on a couple of the quick ins and quick outs, and they had really pushed a guy underneath it, and so we've got to get on to the next in the progression. I think we missed a couple of those on some different plays that, like I said earlier, one of them, you know, it's in the middle of the field, it's a tight window, it's probably too tight there. The other one I don't think he saw very well. He just told me he didn't see the flat defender. And then the other one, you know, the third one, I don't know, somebody asked about it. He got hit on it, so the ball fluttered up in the air.
Tanner was pretty exceptional last week, and then kind of later, like as the game
Yeah.
went on, and you know, wasn't as great today later on. Is it just kind of that's how the game goes, or is there anything that you saw that he wasn't doing well this week that he had done against Purdue?
No, I mean, you know, every game's different. I think you had different coverages, different defenders. You know, I don't think you can pin it on any one thing. I just don't think we executed in the crunch as well as we did last week.
I feel like you got the jet sweep going a little bit too.
Yeah, I think it came alive for us again a little bit. We had a decent one off faking it too, so I think that was good to see. We had the big run with JD, and then a couple solid ones that were, you know, good positive gains. So it was good to see that kind of come back.
Brian Reimers and Jack Stoll both had nice games receiving. Is that something you kind of saw in preparation for this week?
Yeah, we've been a little nicked, and Reimers has practiced well and had a good play for him. He's got good range on those posts. You know, Hoppus was a little bit nicked, so he came out, and we had Stoll in there, and he made some plays. So it was good to see those guys that are younger or haven't played as much making plays.
What did, and I'm sorry if you've been asked this, but after that third interception, like you said, Tanner got hit, but what did he say to you right immediately after that happened? What was he seeing, and what was his reaction?
He was trying to throw the ball to JD, and he was open and felt good about it. And I said, yeah, I got you, I saw it, you know. So it's one of those ones he's stepping into it, and he gets hit on the throw, and you know, the guy that's way inside that catches the fluttering ball is the guy covering the JD. So he's open, and he felt good about it, and I told him, hey, move on, we got to keep playing. So it's about all you can really say on a play like that. There's not there's not going to be a big dissertation about anything.
That's particularly frustrating when you have max protection.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we couldn't get that ball right down there to JD in a hurry, and that's where he was going.